Hello, everyone. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, I am. That was okay. That's the shaking. That's a shaking of my knee, but not an earthquake. Um, Hi, for those of you that don't know me, I am Alicia Ying, your manifesting queen and mentor here at yestotheying.com, where success always starts by saying yes to you. And for those of you who are brand new, today is my Tarot Tuesday live reading, which I'm super excited about. It's my favorite thing to do every single week. But basically, this is a pick a card guidance. So I am going to be pulling four cards from a deck, and then you get to choose card one, two, three, or four, or you can choose two and four, one and three, whatever, what have you. And then I'm going to drop some clear and loving guidance afterwards. Of course, there's always a story because for some reason, all of them mean something and have some significance. So if you picked two and then you're like, oh, but one resonates more, it's probably because it was meant as a message for you. So just don't worry about it. Take what resonates, just drop whatever doesn't. And again, this is just my intention with this has always been to make sure that you get the loving guidance that you need in order to get to the next stage in your journey. Anyway, card number two is me. Okay, cool. I haven't even pulled yet. I haven't even decided on what deck I'm going to do, but I did want to talk because I always like to talk a little bit about the energy shifts right now. So for this week specifically, I've just been really feeling a lot of like major shifts happening. So for those of you who are on like a self-development, personal development journey and wanting to improve your lives, whether you are spiritual or not, but you probably are a little bit if you're watching my channel, then you're realizing that you're kind of like starting to become super done with the way that things have been going in your life, like the stuff that you just have not been happy with, which in a way is good. So what's this beautiful disastrous blessing, and it's like Kelly Clarkson's beautiful disaster song. That's a song that comes into my mind. Um when we have this realization that, hey, you know what, this is not the best way that I want to do things, this is not the best way that I should be doing things, this is, and there is a way better way. A lot of the times that gets down to a very deep-seated core issue that arises. It is not pretty, it is not necessarily the funnest thing to confront that, to heal that, to, really go within and like battle that shit out. But it is so rewarding when you do. If that is something that you have been going through, I want to let you know that it is okay to take your time and to really just process whatever it is that you're going through. I know for myself that I've been really discovering the core truths that have been dictating my life for a long time and that I've known about and that I've wanted to change, but for some reason it's been super hard to. And throughout this past week, it's been a really great shift because, hi, my name is Alicia. I'm a recovering perfectionist. Hi, Alicia, right? So, for all of you recovering perfectionists out there, I've really been realizing how like only doing what in a sense my crazy monkey mind is like conditioning me to do, or like that society has programmed me to do, versus what my soul and my intuition is telling me to do, has like kind of stopped working, and I haven't been getting as much of the love, abundance, money that I've been desiring. So this week I have been really making a concerted effort to just only follow my intuition, which is so insane. It is so counterintuitive. Following your intuition is super counterintuitive. Like, that's saying a lot. But I have to say, now, granted, because I have superpowers, I basically just started hearing my intuition all the time. Like, I could actually hear it loud and clear. So when I'd be like, oh, what should I do right now? It would be like, oh, go do this right now. And then I would just go do it. And then miraculously enough, even though it seemed not sequitur, even though it seemed like, how is that possibly going to make me more money, bring me in more love, bring me in more success, bring me in more health, like somehow it does. And that's the really magical part of truly following your soul and your intuition. So, for example, there was like this whole weekend, my soul has been telling me to rest and relax and recharge. Even though I have been heinously being like, oh, I need to step up my money game. So let me like list more things on Poshmark. Um, they're like, you don't need to do that to bring it in. And I was like, okay. And of course, my monkey mind's not listening. So every once in a while, I'm definitely like going and listing things. But it's so funny because the moment that I relax, or the moment that I just go and actually do what what my soul is asking me to do, that's when the sales come in. So for example, I was like, okay, what should I do? And then my intuition's like, you know what? Just rest, relax, don't do work. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm feeling like I probably should list something. They're like, okay, if you want to, but you don't have to. And I'm like, yeah, but I should. Okay, this is the interaction of my mind that I have with my intuition. And so I go and I list some things, which obviously I do need to do at some point in time, because if it's not listed, then no one can buy it. Duh. But then I was just like, I was starting to get depleted of my energy, and I'm like, blah. And I'm like, okay, what should I do now? And they're like, you should probably just go and eat something, right? Because I needed to nourish my body. And so I was like, ugh, fine. Like, I didn't get what I wanted to get done, but I was like, okay. Because again, there's this like huge false belief that you have to get a certain amount of stuff done in order to be worthy of whatever. And I didn't feel that. So I just went ahead and I went to go get something to eat. And lo and behold, literally like 3 bites into my meal, because I was having some like fruits, and it was just like, oh, that feels so good, and my body was feeling so great. And then it was like, literally, I got like 2 sales in like the span of 2 minutes. What? And it wasn't anything that I just listed. It was like random stuff that I would never have guessed that I would have just sold right then and there. And it just came in so easily. Now, it seems like a complete non sequitur, right? Like, how does eating delicious fruit and nourishing my body pull in the money? But see, that's the magic of just forcing yourself to follow your intuition. Here's the actual mechanics, right? Because it does seem super non sequitur. What happens is, more often than not, when you're thinking about what you want because you don't have it, you're actually still thinking about not having it. And you get what you focus your attention on. That is simply the law of attraction, right? So if you're focusing on the fact that you don't have the thing, then you're going to continue to not have the thing, because you're focusing on not having the thing. So even if you're like, oh, but I really want the thing. Do you see how that's like lost and forlorn, right? So you're like, I really want the thing. That's still in the vibe of, but I don't have the thing, right? Versus like, oh my gosh, how cool would it be if like I got 5 sales or 2 sales in 2 minutes, or oh my gosh, like I can't believe it. Like, that's a way different energy, and it's a way different like way of being. So when your intuition's like, just go do something completely different, it's because when you then go ahead and focus your attention fully on something else, you then stop this energy of I don't have the thing. So that stops, and when it stops, then it allows, via law of attraction, the universe to bring you the money, sales, love that you're wanting. Does that make sense? So that's why stepping away from what it is that you're like thinking about, what's triggering you, what's making you feel shitty, oftentimes just stepping away and being like, I cannot be triggered right now because I don't want to attract more of this into my life, really truly is a great tool in order to bring more of the things that you do want into your life, right? Does that make sense? If that makes sense, let me know, because that's like, I know it sounds a little confusing, but I'm trying to make it like as clear as possible. So I thought in that vein, and also yesterday I pulled the Awakening card, and it was so pretty, from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. I pulled the Awakening card, and I really do feel like a lot of us are stepping into like our true selves, and like owning who we really are, and like, honoring our desires, and really going for what we want, and trusting our intuition, and knowing that ultimately we have the answers. We know what we need to do to take the next step. We don't have to know the grand plan. Nobody ever knows the grand plan on like how to make $1 billion empire. They just take it step by step by step, right? So if you can take it step by step by step and stay in the present moment, then it's a lot easier to get what you desire. With all that being said, and hopefully that's helpful in helping you manifest anything that you want this week, I had this calling. I brought my dragon deck, which I know everyone really liked before, but I kind of really wanted to pull from the spirit animal deck. I don't know why, but that was just really calling out to me today. And that's what the universe is asking me to do. So that's what my intuition's telling me. Yeah, Wilski, definitely share. I would love to share. I would love to hear your story of that. My pendant. So I'm gonna pull from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Now, I haven't even so here's the interesting thing. The spirits residing in the natural world have much to share, and the secrets of their forgotten language are now available to you. I love Colette Baron Reed. I know I pull from the Oracle deck a lot. I haven't even touched every single card yet, so I feel like I'll be able to still have an accurate reading. But let me just prep a quick hot second. Just side note, if you get a brand new Oracle deck or a brand new tarot deck, one of the easiest things that you can do in order to kind of like get to know the deck, get to know the energies, get to know the guides, the spirits or whatever that are in it, it's really to take a moment and like touch every card, so your spirit is also like touching them, and then kind of like creating a connection. Oh, this is so cool. The wolf spirit says turn knowledge into wisdom. I really like that. Okay, so no wonder I kept on seeing wolves yesterday. So, oh, these are so good. Yeah, well, there we go. So let me just, oh my gosh, such a pretty card. Look at the swan spirit. Time for a deep dive. How pretty is that? Oh wow, Wilski, that's amazing. So Wilski says, I want to move to France after university, but instead of rushing it, I'm taking my time so it works. I've been studying the language and French history and politics and taking a degree with language and a year abroad. Oh, that's awesome. Yay. uh yeah, no, I do like the place where I live. Oh, here's what's interesting. So this is the card that's the cover, and it's the stag spirit, take the lead. I don't feel like it's a mistake that I'm showing you these right now. Oh my god, these are so cute. Squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. Oh god, these are so good. Okay, now I see why. Wow. Okay. Skunk spirit, know your worth. I can't wait to like hear what all of these, like what the book says about these two. I'm a little obsessed with these. Okay, so okay, so once I touch these, oh, I don't even know which ones I'm gonna pull, but boy, am I excited. Yes, the spirit deck. It's called the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. They're so pretty, this mandala on the back. I am so... oh, okay, the horse has been my spirit animal since I was a baby. And like, I don't know if you know Chinese astrology, but instead of 12 like astrology signs, like for the months, they have 12 years. So if you're born in the year of the rat, the dog, the monkey, whatever. And so I'm always attracted to people who are born in the year of the horse. And my grandfather was a horse, and like just all these horses in my life. But in the horse spirit is freedom is yours. And I used to ride a lot. I ride horses as a kid. Like, I was going to be an equestrian in the Olympics, but then I chose dancing instead because my dad said that whenever I came back from horseback riding, I literally smelled like shit. So funny. Okay. Oh. Whoo! These are so powerful. I can feel all of the good messages that are coming through right now. Boy, am I loving this deck. Colette Baron Reed really does a great job with these, with her decks. I do find them very sacred and powerful energies. I think sometimes I touch cards and I'm like, these are just fucking cards. Like, they're just whatever. But I feel the powers of these animals coming through. Okay, now that I've done that, are there... Yeah, these are all right side up. Okay, cool. So let me just... Oh, gosh. That scared me. Okay, hold on. Okay, so here's something that I want to read to you about this deck because I like this deck. I am number 2. Called it earlier. Okay, cool. Oh, see? I'm telling you, I'm super attracted to horses. Okay, so how oracle cards work. Every oracle has a lexicon or matrix through which communication works. Just as the many letters in the alphabet can be combined in different ways to form words and sentences that convey meanings, so too is there a system that allows an oracle to speak. The language of an oracle system is images, symbols, and metaphors. Think of the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. The same is true when you use this oracle deck to receive messages from spirit. The messages are delivered through synchronicity, that is, through meaningful coincidence, a phenomenon that can't be explained by logic, which this is why we like kind of outsmart the monkey mind, right? Synchronicities remind us that the fabric of reality is governed not just by the laws of science and intellect, but also by a great mystery that shows us evidence of its underlying mechanics, even as it withholds understanding. Trust and faith in the unseen is not rational, but it is what we must do if we are to align with the mystical side of life. Blah, blah. Why this deck? I am one of those called to the task of divine communication, and this oracle is my offering to you on behalf of Spirit, who inspired me to create it, channeling divine wisdom through me. Love that. I'm a turtle. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, Sloman said he wins a race. Nature is the long-lost instrument of divine communication and expression that has lain hidden in plain sight since time began. The essence of spirit is always guiding us, always ready to communicate wisdom, quite often through sentient beings and signs in nature. All animals and insects, whether two or multi-legged, feathered or finned, from water, earth, or sky, have the potential to deliver a special message aligned with your authentic need, arriving at just the right place and time. Animals are allies for our soul and act as our teachers and sacred healers. A truth our disconnected way of life has often blinded us to. That's so cool. That's awesome. Okay, so this Oracle deck has 68 cards, each represented by the higher spirit of an animal, insect, fish, or bird. The artwork represents the animal in spiritual form, so you will see a more mystical representation of it rather than a literal one. So it's more about the spiritual essence of it. So each spirit animal represented is a metaphor or symbolic representation to remind you of a theme or organizing principle. Okay, so cool. How to work with this deck. Get to know with it and play with it, then feel it in your soul, but I kind of am already feeling it. So here's something. This is just a tip. Always ask your question with an open-ended potential for the cards to begin a conversation with you. Never ask a question that encourages a yes or no answer. The universe is much chattier than that. The cards will always mirror your dominant energy and show you where you are sometimes snapping you out of denial in a much needed moment of clarity. They are a direct dial to the divine, and you can be assured of the instant insight they provide. A gentle warning: do not try to find certainty in a future that has not transpired as of yet, or you rob yourself of your own power to create your world. Ask only what you need to know to stay in alignment with your highest intentions and how to understand your circumstances with greater clarity. Your future is always only a potential. Oh my God, did I say that this was Animal Crossing? Did I forget to do this was just chatting? I just realized that. Hold on. Sorry. Yep, I totally said that this was Animal Crossing. Lord, have mercy on my soul. Okay, now it should have changed. Let me know if it's changed. All right. Ask a true question. Don't try to fool the cards. Yeah, I mean, okay, so let me reread this. Do not try to find certainty. Your future is always only a potential or probability based on your vantage point and frequency at the time of the reading. All right, I kind of need to do a reading for myself after this, but let's shuffle this deck now. Let's just shuffle the deck. We're just going to shuffle the deck a little bit, or a lot since they're brand new. And then I'm going to pick 4 cards, and then you're going to choose. I have a feeling that that's what we really needed to hear at this moment, because I do feel like a lot of the times, especially when people are new to oracle card readings and they're like skeptical or whatever, you know, they're like, you know, yeah, what's my future? When am I gonna get this? Am I gonna die when I'm 50? What else do I get? I also get like, you know, just these crazy things. And that's like, the answers that you're seeking are so much more sacred than that. And this really, really is about, like Colette Baron Reed is saying, just asking an open-ended question. So I really like what she's saying about, like, for example, for a 3-card reading, what do I need to know now about the situation for my highest good? What is my next right action to stay in alignment with my highest intentions? And where could this evolve if I remain on this path? And I really like that a lot, because then you're sitting there in a place where you can get way more in depth of an answer than just, is he the one for me, yes or no? Does that make sense? Okay. Now let's go ahead, and I'm going to cut the deck into 3. And then, all right. Now I'm just going to honestly just spread them, and then I'm going to choose 4 cards. So let me see if I can do this like this way. Without, there they are. There are the cards. Okay, so we're just going to pull 4 cards. Okay, so let's just, and I have to close my eyes. So, all right, so spirit animals, what clear and loving guidance do you have for us this week that will help us on our path to our highest good and our soul calling? Okay, that's card 1. This is card 1. Card 2. Card 3. Card 4. And then this is the extra. Because you know we always got the extra. Okay. I don't even know. All right. So I know that some of you already chose even without knowing what the cards were. But just in case, this is card 1, card 2, card 3, and card 4. And my microphone. Which, I don't know if this sounds good, but I was thinking about doing some ASMR things. Like some ASMR meditations and affirmations. But anyway. All right. So you can choose card 1, card 2, card 3, and card 4. Yeah. Ooh, that's bright. Okay, cool. All right. So did everybody choose? Let me grab a little bit of water. Amanda's feeling 3. Yeah, the dragon deck was insane. Okay, and then Trillim wants 2. Okay, cool. Wilski was talking about the turtle totem. Path and peace and sticking to it with determination and serenity. I really like that a lot. Ready for my warning. I chose... Yeah, I think you chose 3. Okay, well, we're going to go in order. And then we've also got the overall card. Okay, who's ready? All right, who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? Okay, cool. So, let's do this. If you chose card number 1, I haven't even looked at these yet, so we're doing this together for the first time. If you chose card number 1, you got the White Raven Spirit. Trust the magic. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. Do you feel magic in the air? Because I feel magic in the air. Oh, my gosh, I feel magic in the air. This is literally my favorite day of the week. Okay. Okay. I'm going to read what it says. Oh, no way. Yeah, my 3rd favorite animal. Okay, cool. That's amazing. Ah, what's stepping on things? Okay. All right. I'm going to read this to you. Oracle message. Nothing in the universe is random, for the intricate web of co-creation weaves together all events and has done so since the beginning of time. Coincidences have meaning, and White Raven's Spirit appears to remind you to pay attention to these synchronicities so that you might recognize patterns. Even the winds dance in a pattern, participating in the magic of Spirit's plan for all. Align with the highest good and intentions, and you will come to see that White Raven is guiding you, an ally to you, and a messenger from Spirit. Align with the light, and you will start to recognize that all is working together harmoniously in ways the eye can't always see and the mind can't always comprehend. The universe is conspiring on your behalf right now, drawing you to the light and bringing you the magic and miracles that are your birthright. Now is the time to trust in the magic of the world that is everywhere in all things. Pay attention to how things come together as if by magic, and you will see the hand of Great Spirit arranging things in your favor. Oh, there is a protection message for all of these. Huh. So these could be upside down. So here's what I'm getting called to do. I'm going to read the protection message, and then you can kind of just choose which one, is applying to you more. Okay. So basically, trust in the magic and align with highest good and intentions, and you'll see, like, everything is working together harmoniously in a way, like I was saying before, like intuition wise, right? Okay, cool. So here's the protection message. Next time I'll like shuffle them the other way. So sometimes they're uh there. Okay. So if that didn't 100% resonate, here's the protection message. Are you being distracted by the illusion of a chaotic universe? Deep in your heart, you know the world is full of magic. Oh my gosh. And White Raven has appeared to remind you that the ways of the world can cause spiritual amnesia. Stay awake and alert, for Spirit wants you to enjoy the miracles all around you. Remember, the evidence of divine order can be seen everywhere. Ask for a sign, and it shall be yours. Synchronicities happen all the time, so if you are in a time of challenge and feeling cynical, all you need to do is to ask for a reminder. White Raven will appear to reassure you that all of this is leading to something better, for magic is in the wind. Oh, that's so pretty. So I'm kind of really liking that a lot and liking that as a message. Just, I think this kind of goes back to what I was talking about before, where, you know, this probably is a really good time to not necessarily use your mind to lead you, but use your intuition to lead you. Trust in the magic and in the divine, and follow your soul. It knows the way, right? Your intuition, your spirit, your soul, your heart already knows what you truly desire, and it knows the fastest path to get there. It knows where you are now and like where you need to go to get to what you want. And all you need to do is just trust in that magic, to just follow where it leads you and just take that next step, and everything will work out like magic, right? And I've always said, wouldn't it be way better and way funner if like your life was just simply magical? I know for me that's like my version of happily ever after, where just things magically happen, things magically appear, I magically get sales, or like, love magically falls around, like things that are kind of like even unexpected. It just makes life so much more fun. So that's the Raven. Okay, I am digging these cards. All right, there we go. That's more comfy. Okay, now for card number 2, if you chose card number 2, which I think is Strawman's Dove. Ooh, the Chameleon Spirit. Act as if. Dude, I need this reminder so often. How great is that card? Okay. Are we like so excited? Aw. Trillium, thanks. Okay, let's read Chameleon Spirit. And again, because this is the first time I'm working with the deck, I'm going to read both the protection message, because I just realized that, and the positive message. Okay, so here's the current message. Chameleon Spirit shares her gift with you today to prepare you for changes that will greatly benefit you. Outer conditions are changing, and you're required. How funny is that? Outer conditions are changing. Look at the plight of the world. Outer conditions are changing, and you're required to come into harmony with them so you can co-create your greatest dream. Feeling sensitive? Good, because that will come in handy, enabling you to determine how best to adapt to your environment and the people in it, while at the same time maintaining your integrity and inner equilibrium. Even if you feel like you're in uncharted territory, Chameleon Spirit has complete faith in your ability to fit in and learn the lay of the land, adapting as necessary. This is a fortunate time to act as if, quote unquote, and do as others do, quote unquote, until the new ways feel familiar and completely natural. Life is offering you a great lesson now. Adapting isn't about losing yourself, it's about learning how to dance with others. That is so powerful. Adapting is not about losing yourself. It is about learning how to dance with others. So that is the main message of this card. And that's so deep. Wow. Yeah, such a Pisces. Yeah, it totally looks like Pisces, actually. And I like the rose flower. Like being able to like a really, really beautiful drawing. Okay. Now I'm going to read the protection message. So, like that. Okay. Being sensitive and having empathy for others can become a heavy burden if you don't practice self-care. Whoa, I feel like someone really needs to hear that. Okay. Could it be you're feeling stressed because you've tuned in to challenging emotions that aren't even yours? Chameleon Spirit does not want you to adapt to these conditions by withdrawing or distracting yourself, hoping the feelings will just go away, or attempting to rescue another who may be having a pity party. You can be swallowed up by trying to manage it all. It is time to figure out where you end and the rest of the world begins. Not all conditions are yours to match. You need to distinguish your own colors from the rest of the world right now and take time out to soothe your sensitive soul. Choose some activities that will restore your sense of being grounded and avoid people who revel in drama. Take a break from social media too. Self-care and a timeout is the answer to this temporary dilemma. And boy, is that a great message. So if you picked number 2, the warning, yep, that is the thing where it's like, listen, it is important to adapt, but that doesn't mean that you have to lose yourself. And that doesn't mean that you're supposed to just change yourself for someone else's pity party or for someone else's drama. This is a time to stand, to really take a break, take like a step back and be like, okay, I need to get back to like really getting clear on where, in a sense, do my colors end and theirs begin. And really just re-energizing and re-infusing yourself with you. Because when you're being able to have your love tank full and your cup runneth over with good vibes, then you can actually be there for others. But doing it at the expense of your own is not the best thing. So take a time out. Well, that was powerful. I am loving these cards. Are you? Okay. All right, Amanda, I'm going to do a number 3. Let's do number 3. If you got number 3, it is the Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. Look at the crown on the eagle. So royal. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so glad straight up called out for the sensitivity. Yep. Oh, you Pisces. But it's okay. Okay, cool. Let's read the eagle. I am seriously obsessed with these cards. Okay, so right side up. Think of the eagles flying high above the other birds, soaring on the wind. Eagle Spirit has appeared to ask whether you're willing to soar to new heights, even if that means solitude for a short while. Can I read? Clearly I can't read. Let me reread that again. Okay. All right. I'm going to start over because I clearly was not reading. Think of the eagles flying high above the other birds, soaring on the wind. Eagle Spirit has appeared to ask whether you're willing to soar to new heights, even if that means solitude for a short while. Truly, all the wisdom of the world is available to you. Wow. Truly, all of the wisdom of the world is available to you. When storms flash across the sky, it is Eagle Spirit that raises you above it all, helping you to conquer fear and overcome adversity, reminding you that Spirit has your back and wants you to experience life at its fullest. At this moment, you are meant to know that you have the highest of wisdom and courage within, gifted to you by the Spirit and all the angels. Boldly build your nest in a lofty space and know that now you can fly effortlessly, proudly embodying Eagle Spirit in all her glory and grace, claiming what is truly yours in divine timing. I love this card. Are you willing to soar high and get everything? Dude, this is amazing. Boldly build your nest in a lofty space and know that you now can fly effortlessly, proudly embodying Eagle Spirit in all her glory and grace, claiming what is truly yours in divine timing. I mean, yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, now here's the protection message. If you are walking awkwardly and feeling embarrassed, Eagle Spirit is here to tell you that that is only because right now you are meant to fly. Soar over the troubles that have you feeling scared and alone. See the big picture, yet retain your eagle eye for the details that help you claim your wisdom and courage. Or perhaps you are making yourself small for the sake of getting others to accept you. Now is not the time to be vulnerable and dependent, for you have the wings to fly on your own, and you need to do that at this time. There is no need to huddle in a shelter or even to seek out a flock to support you, for Eagle Spirit says you have tremendous wisdom and courage within. Let it arise so that you might soar proudly with the angels, serving as the wind beneath your wings. From these heights, you can make the best and most powerful choices for the highest good of all. Wow, I love these cards. Oh my gosh. So, the protection message is if you are feeling awkward, if you are feeling scared, if you are feeling a bit triggered, then this is only because you are meant to fly. And the Eagle Spirit is reminding us to soar over the troubles, right? While still remaining, while still having an eagle eye for the details. So, it's not the time to be vulnerable and dependent. This is a time for courage. This is a time for wisdom. Let the angels serve as the wind beneath your wings to let you soar and just be able to make the most powerful choices when you're above all of the troubles, right? So I think a practical way to be able to apply that is kind of asking yourself. I kind of do this a lot where it's sometimes I freak out and I have these problems, and then I'm like, okay, if a friend was telling me that, what would be my advice be to them? And I'm, obviously, I'm a success coach and a manifesting mentor. I know what I would say. So it's kind of then being able to give myself that advice and be like, okay, cool. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to sorry, I hear something. I think it's an animal outside. So maybe the spirit guides are really coming to my door. Okay. But it's really, really important to have that courage and then know that the wisdom is already within you. This is something that I always say too, where it's deep down inside, you already know what you need to do. You just need to confront it and do it. And a lot of the times that just means being able to take that step back or soar above the problem and then be like, okay, what is it that I really need to do? And then just go and do that, right? This is all just a story. All right. Does that make sense? I hope that was really helpful. Okay. Last card. Well, of the 4, and then we'll do the overall. So the last card is okay. The Whale Spirit, trust the great mystery. Kind of really like that. All right. All right. Card number 4. All right. The whale. The whale. Okay. Card number 4. Whale Spirit is an ancient creature who was here at the beginning of time and who has seen everything, felt everything, and heard everything that has ever transpired on this planet. In the hidden realms where all things must gather first before manifesting into form, Whale Spirit is the keeper, singing the soul of the whole world from the deepest waters of the coldest seas. When Whale Spirit appears, it is a reminder that there is a great mystery that you must accept without intellectually trying to understand it. Some things cannot be known by the mind, only experienced through the heart, through intuition, and through the peripheral senses that part the invisible veils, separating the visible world from the great manifesting consciousness in the hidden realms. Now is the time for you to immerse yourself in the great mystery of spirit and to trust that within the invisible, what you can't see now are the seeds of your intentions being tended to by angels. I really love that. So this is a really good reminder that things are happening for you. Angels are working magical miracles behind the wings, and to just trust that that is actually happening. So your dreams are in fact coming true. 100%. How great is that? Okay, let's do the protected message. Interesting. Certainty is not offered to you right now. You are being asked to trust the process of co-creation. Whale Spirit reminds you that your primary reality is not that of the material world, but that of the realm of spirit, from which the essence of your dreams and desires take shape before arriving at a specific form. You must trust absolutely that what will come will be for the highest good. Stay in your present moment awareness and allow the hidden realms to hold your intentions safely until it is time for them to manifest in the realm form. Let go, for you will not be left behind. Some things take longer than others to arrive. So I think this is also just a really good reminder too, that it's kind of like letting go of how it's going to happen, and just know that everything is happening for your highest good, which means that if something is leaving your life, that's probably because it wasn't for your highest good and it wouldn't make you the happiest. Your highest good means, like, ultimately, would you be genuinely happy if you got that thing, that person, that job, that money, that whatever? And if it's not, then it'll happen eventually. Do you know what I mean? So just trust the timing of that. All right. So that's kind of a great story. So I do feel like, in essence, this is a very through line story of trusting the magic of the universe, right? Trusting that what you have put out there, it is going to happen in divine timing, right? And you just have to act as if and be able to adapt, or withdraw from the drama of others if it is not being aligned with who you really are, and really getting clear on who you are, what your colors are versus what other people's colors are, right? And know that spirit has your back, that you can fly and soar like an eagle to be able to know what to do next in order to make everything manifest. And if you are feeling scared AF, hi, how are you? And if you are feeling scared, then this is really an opportune time for you to make sure that you are going to be able to find the courage and the divine guidance within, right? And then ultimately, it's just trusting the universe, trusting the divine timing, trusting that these ancient mysteries that maybe you can't really explain with your intellectual mind, which is what I feel like the whole story, if there was a theme, is to trust your intuition and not necessarily the intellect and what you can see. But here, for the overall card, wow, so this is okay. Whew, is the Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. So this is the overall message. Okay. Well, here we go. Not all that spirit creates in nature is easy to love. But when we look through the eyes of Wasp Spirit, we recognize that even though sometimes life stings, there is a purpose for pain, just as there is a purpose for wasps in the natural world. Wasps keep insect populations down, supporting the growth of plants. So too, the sting of life may hurt, and you may feel deeply disappointed or even resentful that Wasp Spirit has shown up. But you will soon come to see that Spirit has something wonderful in store for you. You may well come to realize that being stung led to something far better than you had envisioned for yourself. Perhaps behind the scenes, Wasp Spirit was conspiring with Spirit to ensure that you could grow something of value to you. Spirit has a plan, and Wasp Spirit plays a part. Have you ever looked back and been glad your prayers weren't answered because the path you took led to something far better? Wasp Spirit is a reminder to reflect on those times. For today's sting may hurt, but something better awaits you. And what a great reminder that Wasp Spirit is there to remind you that something far better is coming. How are you today? Thank you for joining the stream. So here's the protection message. Are you holding on to anger, jealousy, or resentment because you got Yay! Thank you so much for the follow. Hooray! Okay, that's the first time that noise came in with the follows. So I don't know what I did, but I'm really thankful. So thank you. Okay. That scared the bejesus out of me too. Okay, thank you. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I like your fight card draw. The fifth card always is a powerful and cements the message. Um, I know that's the first time that I heard that. I've had it on for forever, but it doesn't like. Okay, well, anyway, guess that's the wasp stinging me into action, telling me that there's good things coming that are far better. I don't know. Okay, wow. Sorry, I literally like that scared the bejesus out of me, and like, um, yeah. Anyhow, let's read this protection message. Are you holding on to anger, jealousy, or resentment because you got stung? Or could you have just stung yourself by comparing yourself to others? There will always be someone else who is more successful, happier, thinner, richer, etc. Jealousy is the false belief that you can't have what you want, or someone could take away something that was supposed to be yours. Wow. Let it go and release all those feelings that are making the sting hurt long after the stinger has been removed. Wasp spirit has woken you up, and now you are called to trust that disappointment can lead you to a different and better path. Align with spirit now and trust that this too shall pass, and is already doing so, for the pain subsides when you stop telling the story of how much it hurt. You guys are so funny. Well, I feel like this Wasp Spirit card is probably like a really great overall card for right now. I don't know what anybody else is going through. I know with the plight of the world, there's like a lot of crazy stuff happening because of the elections, and things are getting topsy turvy, and things are being said and done that feel like a sting, right? You feel that sting, you feel that hurt, you feel offended or wounded. And I really like the message of the wasp spirit saying that even if it does sting, there really is no point in holding on to it, because the whole point is there is something way better for you waiting for you. We tend to only we tend to get what we want through contrast. Okay? So, look, at manifesting what you want, since I'm a manifesting mentor and a manifesting queen, is really simple. The mechanics of it are super simple. Ask for what you want, believe that you're going to get it, and then allow yourself to receive it. That's literally, it's 3 simple steps. What's fascinating though, oh, I'm so glad. Oh, thanks, Trilum. Um, and I'm glad that I could at least brighten your day a little bit. Look, here's what's fascinating about this card, and I think this is a lesson for everybody in life in general. When you're trying to manifest something, and especially when it comes to, um, your happiness in life, love, especially in relationships, and not even just romantic relationships, but even like family relationships, friend relationships, work relationships. Other people, because we're all human, right? So we all have this spiritual awesome side. We're our best selves, and like we understand everything, and everyone's spreading love, but we're human. So there are times when like we're tired, we're cranky, we're irritated, we're angry, and people lash out. And maybe I know that like when I get triggered, I lash out, right? And like I'm not the nicest person, and it's because I'm human, and so are we all. So if someone triggers you, if they lash out, if they get angry, if they start like blaming or saying not nice things, and it might actually hurt a lot, right? But here's the thing to remember is this: when that happens and you find yourself in a situation where it feels not good, that's just a really great way to be like, cool. Yeah, I don't like feeling this way. I don't like being treated this way. I don't like being talked to this way. So good. That means that I know what I do want. I want to be treated with love and kindness. I want people to say lovely, kind things to me. I want to be able to say lovely, kind things to someone in return who is ready to receive it, right? And then being able to shift to a better feeling place where even if you have to say, I am so looking forward to being on the other side of this sting, of this hurt, and I know that there is something better waiting for me. That's kind of a very consoling thought. Think about it. No matter the shit that you're going through right now, if you just knew, though, that no matter what stings, no matter what's going on in your life, there's actually something way better for you than you could ever possibly imagine. Trust in the magic. And the great mysteries of life. Spirit has your back, right? And is making some magical stuff happen behind the wings. So all you really have to do is act as if and really just align with yourself and do a lot of self-care. Boy, these are great cards. Is anyone else obsessed with these cards, or is it just me? I feel like these were the perfect cards and messages for this week, especially because we're coming up on a full moon, which is where we're going to release all this stuff. And we're like changing the seasons. And I just feel like these are just some really powerful messages. I do feel like we are all in a bit of a sensitive place, and it's okay, and it's important that we're human and to embrace that human side. And it's okay if it hurts. It's okay if it stings. The consoling message is Spirit has your back, right? Trust in the magic. Trust in the great mystery. And just practice that self-care, right? Practice this new way of being as if you were the actual royal crew. I mean, you guys are my royal crew, right? But as if you already were the queen, the boss of your life, the king ruling your kingdom, being able to already have everything that you wanted and having everything the way that you wanted it to be. Acting as if you already were that. What would you then do? How would you then act? How would you respond if you were already your royal self, right? With everything that you wanted, how would you deal with the hurt? Would you deal with it with a little bit more compassion and just like kindly, just simply walk away? It's a lot easier to take the sting out when you know, number one, that it's not actually personal, right? It's usually their baggage that they're lashing out from. It's always funny. It's like a person's actions are just a reflection of that person, right? And their baggage, their emotional stuff. It has no reflection of you. Interestingly enough, the only thing that is a reflection of you is your actions or your response to what they do, right? And I also want to make it clear, because especially with the Chameleon Spirit, it is not just about adapting and lie down and just take it. It is about really making sure you know what your boundaries are and like staying true to them, not letting yourself get walked over. Sometimes the messages hit though, like why in the soft spot. I know, because you guys are ready to grow. Like if it's hitting you there, it's because you're ready to grow. You're ready to level up. You're ready to step into your royal self, your royal queen self, your royal king self. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying. I feel like that's kind of what my whole purpose is, like with my spiritual powers and streaming and being here and showing up and doing this every week, is just to remind you that you are royal too. You have a purpose, you have a plan, you have special gifts that are meant to be shared for the world to make this world a better place. You were meant to be happy, and now you are ready to level up. I think that if you weren't ready to level up and really like do this, you wouldn't be watching my channel. You would be attracted to something else. So the people who are attracted to me and what I say and like the messages that are being channeled through me, like these, it's just like I'm literally a clear channel, and I just allow the universe to speak through me in that sense. So that means that you're ready. It will, it might still sting a little bit this week, right? And there might be some things that still sting this week, but it's okay. Just know, if you took anything out of this reading this week, just know that even though you might have things that might sting this week, know 100% without a shadow of a doubt that Spirit has your back and is working some magical freaking miracles for you behind the wings. And you're about to be blessed. You're about to be blessed with everything that you've wanted and more that you could possibly imagine. And all you have to do is just take care of yourself. It's really a self-care week. Level up. I know it seems like I was playing on hard already. Well, here's a funny thing. Here's the interesting thing about leveling up. What if leveling up didn't have to be harder? It just meant you actually got to master the game so that the game became easier. What if that is your new next level up? Because for me, I think that when you first start playing a game, if we're going to like do the analogy to video games and stuff, when you first start, it's hard because you don't know the rules, you don't know like, you know, who you're up against, you don't know like what enemies are lurking, you don't know what allies you can have or what potions you can gather, what weapons you can acquire. And so it's just like this figuring this out and trying to figure out what you need to do in order to win the game. But as you get better at it, as you play it, as you further yourself along, you gain experience, and that experience and knowledge allows you to fight bigger enemies, to defeat the battles, to, you know, be able to soup yourself up and like be able to breeze through these things a lot easier, faster, funner. Does that make sense? So I think that's kind of the same thing with life, where it's like, it's not about making life harder for yourself. This is about making life easier for yourself. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this was helpful this week. These were pretty intense messages, and that's why this video is so super long. So thank you for bearing with me. If you would like your own personal reading and you're alive, then definitely just do a donation, and I'm happy to pull a card live for you. Or if you would like your own private full reading, then hit the comment, or there's a link in the comment section, so you can just do that. And then of course, if you like this kind of content, then hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, and also click the thumbs up button, because I would really appreciate it, and that would make me really super happy. Thank you again. I really enjoyed doing this. I hope that this helped you get to the next level and the next stage in your journey. And just remember that you are so worthy and deserving of having everything that you want and more. Clearly the cards say that you are getting it, so that's awesome. And always remember that success always starts by saying yes to you. I will see you all on the next video. Mwah.